Hey there fellow creators, Ben here from Cinderblock Studios, and Christmas is right around the corner, so if you're the last minute shopper, here are some last minute gift ideas for the artist in your life. Stick around. So, as I just said, yeah, Christmas is really close, as long as you're watching this video right when it first came out. If you're watching this in July, then hey, Christmas in July. But you might be thinking, hey, how can I get a gift idea for maybe my cousin or my nephew or niece or, you know, whoever in your life that is an artist. Like, I want to get a good gift idea going for this, but I don't know what to do because it's like I'm like maybe a week before, and what do I do? So I've compiled 5 different ideas that can really help take anyone from a drawer to a painter to the next level, just by what you can find probably at a hobby or craft store such as Michael's or Hobby Lobby. So the first thing on this list is pen sets. So you're looking at anywhere from probably in the range of $8 to $20 depending on which set you get, depending on how many pens are in the set, and depending on where you're buying them. But a simple set of drawing pens is a really good both stocking stuffer as well as just quick, simple, easy gift idea. So a set of either, what is this, 5, 6 pens, or a set of 8 pens or 12 or whatever you can find, plus maybe a drawing pad. That's a good place to start. Any artist of any level is going to appreciate a good set of drawing pens and maybe a pad of paper to go with them. Next up, we've got one that's trending to the popular side of things, and that is pouring medium. I've got this stuff from Liquitex that was a gift from a friend of mine earlier this year, I think. Maybe last year. Everything blurs together, I'm not sure. But pouring medium is really interesting because you can mix paint with it, usually in a couple of small like Dixie cups, a couple of different colors, and then pour them onto a canvas or a wood panel, some sort of substrate, and create sort of an interesting marbled effect. Now whether you just pour it and create the marble effect and hang it on your wall, or use it as a base for another technique on top of that, paint pouring is really interesting. I actually tried it myself by making this. It doesn't look like much. It kind of just is smeary and interesting, but I got to try the medium. It was neat. I don't regret it by any means, and I don't regret having this stuff in the studio, although it's not something I'm going to go to and use on a regular basis. But at the very least, as a one-off gift, it might be an option for you if you're looking for one of those last-minute stocking stuffers. Next up, back from painting to drawing again, and that is large paper. Big, giant. I would say anything larger than probably an 11 by 14 inch paper is probably the way to go. This is very large. This is a 19 by 24 inch sheet of bristle paper. But if you're don't really want to spend the money on bristle paper, which is a little bit more expensive, I highly suggest some newsprint as well as a pack of Vine charcoal or even compressed charcoal. Probably not charcoal pencils because they're less messy. Just simply because going into the realm of charcoal and large paper is a great way to dive into 1, figure studies, as well as 2, just freeing up your arm, being able to use the whole shoulder movement and everything like that is a big deal, especially for young artists, especially if you're buying for somebody who maybe is a middle school or high school student. A large pad of paper is very inspiring, as is a lot of sort of dry media. So charcoal, pastels, Conte crayon, some colored pencils are in that as well. So big drawing paper is kind of a cool gift to give an artist. And honestly, as an artist, as somebody who has a lot of paper in the studio already, if I got a big pad like that, I'd be super excited. Next up, again, we keep flip-flopping between paint and drawing, are paint markers. And I think this is a good one to bridge the gap between the two. Depending on where you're shopping, depends on which brand you can get, whether it to be like Molotov markers or these Liquitex ones. Paint markers are a really interesting medium. They're really interesting to kind of jump into. A lot of people are familiar with like alcohol-based markers, so like a Copic marker or a name or a like store brand equivalent, or more generic markers. I don't want to say generic, but like regular. When you think marker, you're not thinking like an alcohol smelly marker. You're thinking of something like a Prismacolor I think the Winsor & Newton Winsor & Newton pigment markers, which I don't even know if they kept that brand or not, now that I'm thinking about it. That might have been a passing fad, but general markers that aren't alcohol-based, like the Copics, are also sort of in that realm as well. But paint markers, I think, in particular, are uniquely different. One in particular is because I have a mixing ball inside of them, and they are a little messier maybe, and you can do some different stuff with them. I will make the one note to paint markers, and that is that think about where you live and who you're buying them for, because some people use paint markers for early street art in terms of tagging and graphic stuff. So if you're buying for somebody who may or may not be leaning towards the graffiti side of things, it might not be the best idea to buy something for them that is going to basically lean towards vandalism. But if you're buying them for somebody who's more fine art minded, the stuff that I focus on this channel, paint markers could be a good way to go. And the last sort of stocking stuffer, final gift idea that I have for you are paint sets. So this goes back to the pen sets, the beginning, paint sets for the painter in your life versus the drawer in your life. Paint sets are huge. They're huge for a variety of reasons. One, because they get people interested in painting if they've never been interested in painting. And two, because even if you're interested in painting, they're a good way to try new colors if you haven't tried new colors. Or new varieties of colors, or even new grades of colors versus like artist professional grade versus student grade. So a good color set can really do that for somebody. There's a reason why I gave away a color set this year as my artistic giveaway, because color sets can do amazing things for people in the terms of transforming their art and transforming their vision and push towards everything. So if you have a little bit more money, buy a paint set. If you have a little less money, buy a pen set. That's really the basis of all of this. So whether you waited to the last possible minute to buy an art present for the special artist in your life, or maybe you've thought ahead and you've already picked up one of these things, let me know what you're doing in comments below. I'd love to hear what artists are getting this year, even if they don't know what they're getting yet. And if you want to keep this as a surprise for the special artist in your life, let me know 2-3 weeks from now, once Christmas is over, just what you gave them, and I'm really excited to see what the growing and developing artists of this world are getting this year. So as always, if you learned anything, thought this was interesting, go ahead and hit the like button. Get subscribed if you're not already. Check me out on social links in the description box below, and this has been from Cinderblock Studios. Keep on creating, and I'll see you guys next time. God. You guys don't know, like, this is me standing up straight. This is me crouching and doing this outro. Like, God, the tripod, I should have raised the camera. And, oh, God. Oh, now I'm sore. I'm an old fart now.